就你的直播室是行了，你不要看外好吗？讲话吧，没 OK 喽 ？OK。
开了。啊，这。因为现在是我们是这个计划。 All right. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear us. You can see us. Hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday evening or Sunday morning, depending on where you guys are. As before, we're going to be taking a look at 3 Bruce Lee figures today as part of a very special triple showcase where we're going to be taking a look at not only the INART Action offerings with the Kung Fu outfit as well as the yellow jumpsuit, but also the 6-scale yellow jumpsuit collectible figure. And as you can see, we've kind of changed things up a little bit here. We just wanted to showcase the silicone body. We've gotten a lot of questions about it, and we wanted to show you guys a little bit more about this figure because obviously this is a pretty big part of the figure, and we've seen some comments about the silicone body, so you'll notice that some parts of the anatomy may appear to be missing, and that's because we wanted to make it look good underneath the suit. We had tried a version with those parts included, but it just didn't quite look very right, so that was something that we had to take into consideration. There is a zipper on the back of the costume, though, and although we are showing it here, we don't recommend that you remove it. It's certainly not intended to be, and you might have difficulty putting it back on after, if you take it off like this. Even though it does look pretty cool, we would advise keeping the entire suit on when you've got this figure in hand as part of your own collection. Once again, this is a platinum silicone body. Sorry about that. We just got that in. So for people who are curious about which type of silicone it is, that's the exact type of silicone. We've got some questions about the height of the figure, and so this particular figure stands 27.6 centimeters without the base, so that is 10.9 inches. With the base, he stands at 29.6 centimeters, which is 11.7 inches. So for those who want to get some measurements for their collection, there you have it. And yeah, we've seen, I think in general, for the figure itself, certainly we've seen some improvements that we're definitely keeping in mind in terms of making. In terms of other potential versions down the line, we're definitely open to that possibility. We're always we're big fans of Bruce here, and we want to keep an eye on what people have to say in terms of, these figures, in terms of what outfits you guys want to see, and we'll continue to see and explore those possibilities. As for the Man of Steel, we don't have any plans to showcase it again on stream for now. That being said, you might see it pop up at some upcoming events. And for Superman fans, we've also got some upcoming stuff for future streams. So if you're a fan of Superman, you needn't worry. There will be more Superman goodness coming your way. And yeah, so for folks who have been keeping an eye on our pages, Negan is, he's about to ship or in the process of shipping. So if you've pre-ordered him, definitely keep an eye on your inbox. This is for the balance payments and other associated invoices. He is headed your way, and the first of our Walking Dead collectibles to make it out. And as someone who's also a bit of a Walking Dead fan, pretty excited about it, and I hope you guys are excited for that figure as well. So going over the 6-scale Bruce Lee figure, and today we're kind of going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to go over everything kind of in a few cycles so that you guys can tune in at any time and you guys will still be able to get the full picture, because I know some of you guys did tune in maybe a little bit late last time and you missed out on the articulation for the 1/12. Now, as before, this is an early prototype for the 6-scale collectible figure, so we won't quite be able to showcase the articulation, but you can take a look at some of the incredible shots that are taken by our wonderful photographers on our webpage. And you can find the links for that in the description or our other social media pages. And you can check out the full range of articulation for this figure, because trust us, the articulation is still incredible for this figure. And yeah, other versions of Bruce Lee would be really, really exciting to see. Now, so for this, there's two more details, are some updates from the design team. So first of all, for the yellow jumpsuit, the seam line down the middle, we're going to try our best to kind of make it appear a little less prominent. We're going to try and make it, well, seamless. And we're also going to try and make the suit be a little less tightly tailored to the body so that the muscles don't quite poke through. Some people have left us left some feedback regarding that as well. And some folks have also seen the seam lines going down the platinum silicone, the side of the arms. That's something that on the final product, we'll have them shave off at the factory, so it won't be as prominent as well. So as always, we're always keeping our eyes on what you guys are saying in the comments, in the chat. We're taking all of that feedback and criticism to heart because we want to make the best figures possible. Now, as always, I'm going to preface by saying that I know you guys want to see a lot of stuff, but when it comes to potential future licenses and whatnot, my answer will always be I can't comment on that because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But that being said, if you're a fan of, well, all things pop culture, always keep an eye on our events. We've got Wonder Festival coming up at the beginning of October, and that'll be a place where we'll be showing a lot of new stuff. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll have some pictures and potentially a stream coming in from that side as well. So if you're a fan of all things INART, if you're a fan of pop culture, that'll be the place to be. And no worries about missing the previous stream. That's why we're doing a second stream today. We want to make sure everyone has has their opportunity to come around and take a look at some of our collectibles live. In terms of doing other martial arts people, all I can say is it would be pretty cool to do it. Although I don't have anything particularly concrete at the moment. And yeah, so that was so regarding the suit, yes, that was an incorrect assumption I had made. I had assumed that the suit was sewn shut. It's not the case, and it should still be a regular functional zipper on the final figure. So apologies for the little miscommunication there. That one's my bad, and I was hoping, hopefully this kind of clears things up a little bit. So you technically do have the option, although we do advise against this. And yeah, it'd be very cool to have some folks for Bruce to fight against for sure. Now, going over this particular figure, there'll be a rich selection of accessories. So as you can see, we've got one head sculpt over on the body already, and then we've got a secondary head sculpt with a different expression. So that's something that you can keep in mind. With all of our Bruce Lee figures, you get a lot of different accessories so that you can really take the display with him to the next level, especially since he's such an expressive character. We've also got the nunchakus, so I'll hold it up for the camera to see. There we go, so nunchakus. And so we've got a wire in the nunchaku as well, as you can see, so it can keep poses. Of course, you've got the bag for it, as well as the bamboo whip. Hopefully it shows up. So you've got a good array of accessories to display him with. This figure is currently available for pre-order. For more information on this figure, you can check out our website. As mentioned before, it is linked in the description, it is linked in our bios, and you can check out more details in regards to availability and whatnot there. This figure is scheduled to ship out in Q1 of 2027. So that won't be too far off. I think that's something that we've also tried our best to improve on in terms of shipping time, so you guys don't have to wait that long to get your figures in hand. And so one of the wonderful things about Bruce Lee is that in addition to the rich variety of hands, we've also got a wood staircase piece. So this is all wood. It's a wonderful piece, which it is modular in design, so you can place it around the base in whatever way you want. And you can, of course, pose him up on it. And I know some people were asking, to try and put, whether or not, you can put the 1/12 figure on it. You could, in theory, but it would look a little bit off. And another thing about the base is that this is the base, at least the very bottom of it, is actual wood as well. And then we've got the Chinese characters for Bruce Lee's name, Li Xiaolong, on the base itself. So that's another pretty cool thing. A nice addition, to the base. It's something that in the past I believe we've only done. That's something that I didn't really mention last time. So that's another little fun accessory for those who are interested about that. But that is mostly it for the first go at the 6th scale Bruce Lee. We're going to take a look at the 2 INART 1/12 offerings as well, and go over everything there is to know about them. Now, I've seen some comments about the bases that we're doing. We are aware of folks that who want kind of more bigger diorama bases and whatnot, and that is something that we're working on. We're going to try and potentially offer them separately as points rewards on our web store, so that you kind of get more options out there. As is at the moment, we do want to have kind of a uniform. So this particular design with the black edges on the base, it's something that I believe we've introduced fairly recently with some of our other 6 scale releases. So this is kind of a uniform default base, but definitely we know that some folks want more expansive display options, and we are always taking a look at how we can make that potentially happen. At the end of the day, we want to make it so that folks who are maybe a little bit starved for space, folks who have a lot of room or like diorama elements, both have something that they can pick and choose for their collecting needs. For the nunchakus, I've seen a question about how strong they are. From Janvier. Oh, welcome to the stream, Janvier. Haven't seen you in a minute. I would say they're reasonably strong, both across, so I've got it, let's see if I can get it to hold up the shape like this. So yeah, you can see it does hold the shape pretty well for both the 1/12 and the 1/6 nunchakus. So you can definitely get some really cool dynamic poses out of it. And let's see. Thank you for your support, JDS. That's really awesome to hear that you've already gotten, you've got these on your list, and hopefully these get into your hands fairly soon. And yes, Clark, regarding those particular features, it's because we tried it. It would kind of stick out underneath the soft fabric suit, so that's why we've opted against it. And the skeleton underneath is metal, so that's something that we can confirm. I know yesterday, we weren't able to do that, but today, we're going on the record and, just stating for the record that, yes, it is a metal skeleton underneath. 声音好像没了。YouTube 哪边他说声音有问题。All right, so moving on, we're going to take a look at the action stuff. We're going to take a look at, first of all, the 1/12 yellow jumpsuit. So for the 1/12 one, yeah, we can try a high kick with the Kung Fu outfit figure, but at the moment, the 6 scale one, we're going to leave as is. It is an early prototype, and it's a little bit fragile. Okay, no, the audio is good? All right, perfect. So no, at the moment, I don't have any updates on the silicone body shape itself, and I think something to take into account is that in 6 scale, even the definition from a silicone body or a body underneath to the body under, once the fabric outfit is on, sometimes certain things have to be exaggerated in order to get it to show up properly. Same goes for the head sculpts. We had some questions about some differences between the different scales, and that's just one of those things where the same sculpt across different scales can have kind of a different, some different properties to it, and that's something that we always have to take into account when designing these figures. Now, taking a look at the 1/12 yellow jumpsuit, 小比例。So this one's got a full fabric jumpsuit similar to the 6 scale one. It's, I believe, one of our deepest forays into soft goods on the 1/12 line. We previously have been dabbling with some of them with the Fourth Sister, with the Destined one and the Bronze Armistead. With Bruce Lee, we're kind of taking it a little bit further. We've got, you know, a full body fabric jumpsuit for this particular figure. TK 都说有点卡. So for fans of soft goods, this is something that you can, you know, definitely take a look at and explore. We've worked very hard to get the tailoring just right for this. We'll continue to keep an eye on feedback for this figure as well, just to see if there's any more future improvements we can make as we go into production with this figure. On a personal note, you know, I do love all things Superman, but I can't speak to whether or not we'll see specific versions of it. Okay, for the wire nunchakus, I guess it was out of camera at the moment. I'll showcase it one more time. 这个我先展示一下. So once again, we've got the wire nunchakus here, and you can shape it in however way you want. So you can see the wire has a great strength to it. Both the 6 scale and the 1/12 ones. We'll show the 1/12 one a little down the line, but for those who are curious and those who have missed out, you can check it out here. It's a wire nunchaku for all your display needs. So moving back to the 1/12 action figure for the yellow jumpsuit. The yellow jumpsuit and the Kung Fu outfit, both of these will be scheduled to ship out in Q4 of this very year. So that's not too far off. As you know, Q4 starts in October, ends in December. So, you know, he might just make it in for a Christmas present. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. And blue, we just talked about that. So some of the physical anatomy we've omitted because it looked weird with the fabric suit on. So that's why we've elected against it. This silicone body is specifically made for Bruce Lee. It's made from the ground up. It's not a stock body. We always love going all out for these and making bespoke parts for each character as much as possible, because we are aware, you know, we wanted to get the proportions right. We want to make sure that things look authentic to the characters, authentic to their appearances, and that's something that, you know, we've spent a lot of time, and it's a labor of love for this particular figure. So yeah, going back to the 1/12 figure, as you can see, he's got the bamboo whip on him right now. He's also got the yellow nunchakus. We'll showcase those accessories in a little bit. We'll showcase everything in the tray so that you guys can see it fairly clearly. He also comes with a wide variety of hands, similar to the 6 scale one. You'll have a bunch of gesturing hands, you'll have your relaxed hands, open palm, a bunch of gripping and holding hands, so that he can hold all of his accessories well, as your standard INART base. So you've got the INART Action base here. One thing that is really cool about it is that it's got a great footprint. So even though, for example, Bruce is in a very dynamic pose, you can see he hasn't exceeded the footprint of the dynamic base. And yeah, the wire is fairly strong. I wouldn't be worried about it as long as you just treat it like you would all things like collectible figure, with a good amount of gentleness. As long as you're not, you know, brutally attacking the wire or bending it out of shape, it'll stand the test of time. So yeah, I would say, you know, definitely you're going to be able to get some great poses out of it. And no, the Bruce Lee body is completely different from the Morphic body. The Morphic body is a more muscular body. You're going to be able to see more of the Bruce Lee body in just a little bit as we showcase the articulation, because we've got 2 copies of the Kung Fu figure, the Kung Fu outfit figure, because the top of that figure is removable. So you're going to be able to display him both shirtless and with the top on. So that's another display potential that you can check out. And yeah, so the black rim for the display base is something that's kind of a unifying design motif. Is something that we're for the moment we're experimenting with, so that we've got a unified design for the bases going forward. I believe Supergirl also had this kind of black rim design. but we've also seen, we've always seen the comments from folks regarding diorama bases. It's something we're still working on. There are some difficulties, but we're hard at work. We know that you guys want to see certain things, and we'll continue to try our best to make it happen. And yeah, so diorama base is definitely still on the table. We just need to kind of figure out some of the logistics of it. And I assume you're talking about the support stand here, Robert? Yeah, he can stand on his own weight, no problem. It's just that this is a prototype. This is a one of one, pretty fragile, so we want to make sure, nothing happens to it. But rest assured, upon release, as someone who has several 6-scale figures, I wouldn't worry about it. He's going to be able to stand on his own weight. The joint tolerances will be good. And yeah, there's something that you don't have to worry about. It's just that this one being a very, very early piece, we wanted to make sure he's standing upright because obviously in the past we've had some instances where the prototype didn't quite hold its own weight, and the last thing we need is a kind of unfortunate little tumble, I would say, for this figure. So yeah, just an arrangement for this. Upon release, he's going to be able to pose all sorts of things, no problem at all. And yeah, it would be cool to see reuse for that, but I think the Bruce Lee body, probably for now, we're going to stick with using it for Bruce himself. Though certainly, maybe we'll do more Bruce Lees as well. You never know. And for the body, yes. So the body is platinum silicone. For those who are curious, so you can check it out. We wanted to show it on stream here. You see everything. All of that incredible musculature that was hidden away underneath the yellow fabric jumpsuit from yesterday's stream. So this is something we wanted you to give you the opportunity to check out, especially since this is a brand new body that we've newly developed for Bruce Lee. So that's something that today we're changing things up a little bit so that you can check it out. And of course, with the suit itself, we still got all of that detail. We've got the stripes. We've got a lot of work done on the stitching as well, so that you can see things. See that we've done a lot of work to make sure we get it accurate to the suit that we see Bruce Lee wear. And of course, when it comes to accessories, we'll showcase that in just a little bit. We just got to get we'll bring some of the stuff over as we get ready to showcase the accessories. But as stated before, it comes with a lot of hands and as well as assorted array of weapons. So that's something that you can definitely check out, and it gives you a lot of posing possibilities and potential. And so the head sculpt, we have seen the feedback on it. We'll try and go for a kind of slightly slimmer look, I believe is what I've heard so far. So I would say that this is kind of a baseline. So if the new head sculpt, either for a variety of reasons, doesn't happen, you will at least get this. But we are going to take a stab and see if we can get something even better. And now the eyes are articulated. The eyes are both heads feature articulated eyes, so that's something you don't have to worry about. It's standard for the course for 6-scale figures. All of them have articulated eyes. The 112 stuff doesn't, but some of the head sculpts, so for the neutral head sculpt, you'll notice that one of them is, the eyes are slightly offset to the side. So for folks who want a little bit of a directed gaze, that's something that you can check out. And yes, the stairs are actually wood. It's really cool. There's just that kind of wood grain texture and feel to it because, well, it is wood. So that's something that, I think we haven't really done a lot for. And it's a really cool piece. I think, it just kind of adds that little pizzazz to display while not taking up too much space. Cigars, I would say it all depends. There's it all depends on the timing and the logistics of it. There's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to producing figures. For one reason or another, things may happen, things may not happen. All I can say is fingers crossed that we're able to get some more out there. If not, it is just the way it is, but we would certainly love to do more of that stuff if this conditions permit. So we'll showcase some of the accessories right now. 赔钱可以转账过来。We'll showcase the accessories. So first for the yellow jumpsuit. So as you can see, we've got all of those hands with the gestures, various gestures. We'll take out this shirt. This shirt's not included. This is the yellow jumpsuit one. We've got the wired nunchaku. We've got the bamboo whip. And of course, you've got all those gesturing and gripping hands, as well as an interchangeable portrait that has I believe this is the expressive, we've got the expressive look for him. Yes, so this one's the expressive one, and then the Kung Fu one has a more angry head sculpt. And of course, being that this is wired as well, we'll showcase that really quickly. So you can see, it can hold up its own weight. So if you want to get some cool nunchaku action, you're going to definitely be able to do it with this particular figure. And also bring out the bamboo whip. So if I can pull it out of the tray, so you guys can take a closer look at this as well. So the bamboo whip, similar to the 6-scale one, it's very highly detailed. And for those who want a bamboo whip comparison, we've got two bamboo whips. So we've got the 6-scale and the 1/12. So that's a fun little comparison for you to see. But yeah, so that kind of wraps our first look at the yellow jumpsuit Bruce Lee. Now, of course, we have the box, and you can see Bruce on there. He's got his signature nunchakus in hand. We've done something really special about this one. Very artistic feel to it. So if by chance you are an inbox collector, that's something to look forward to as well. And we'll take a look now at the Kung Fu outfit Bruce Lee. So the Kung Fu outfit Bruce Lee shares the same body as the yellow jumpsuit Bruce Lee. It is the same body underneath for this particular figure. And as you'll see later, while we showcase the articulation, you're going to be able to see that it's a brand new body. It's got a lot of articulation to it. They are shared between the two bodies. You're going to see that the top is removable, so that gives you another display option. Now this Kung Fu outfit Bruce Lee is also scheduled for Q4 of 2026. So both yellow jumpsuit, Kung Fu outfit, both scheduled for Q4 of this year. It won't be that far off. So we've kind of tried our best to make sure that these kind of ship out a little bit sooner. So hopefully we'll be able to meet that goal, and you guys can get it fairly soon. For Black Myth Wukong, we've got some stuff coming in the future, not too distant future. So I would say if you're a Black Myth Wukong fan, come back around next week. We've got some stuff. I'm not going to spoil what it is. No, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but definitely still some stuff to look forward to. Now for the Kung Fu outfit one, as you can see, he's got the bow staff on him, and he's got the black nunchakus as well. So that's a different set of weapons. Of course, you have the different head as well, and as well as your standard array of hands. And for the nunchakus with the Kung Fu outfit figure, you've got some chains in there, so that's something different as well. It's got a very nice natural weight to it, so that's something that you can check out. YouTube 那边看不到。So yeah, that's something that kind of differentiates these two figures. So even though it's nunchaku, both of these are nunchakus, that's something that kind of differentiates the two and adds a little bit of a different experience to it for those who are getting both of these figures. Now, once again, these figures, these parts are all interchangeable because they're coming out, they're built on the same base body. So if you get both of them, you can interchange the heads, get more expressions and options out there. So that's something that you can mix and match as you please, so that you can get even more posing with Bruce Lee out there. So yeah, we'll showcase some of the accessories as well in a little moment. We'll bring the tray over, and then we'll also pull them out of the tray so that you can see it a little bit more clearly, and we'll also showcase the box. And afterwards, we'll of course go through the articulation. And yeah, so we'll just catch up on some of the stuff that we may have missed. So yeah, there you go, Forge Master. We just went over it. Yeah, the head sculpts are only interchangeable between the 1/12 versions, so that's something that you can definitely keep in mind, whether or not you just want to get one or get both. I'd recommend getting both. There's just a lot of possibilities in terms of mixing and matching. And yes, for DC, we'll have more updates as well. Come back around later down the line. We've got more streams. This is hopefully just the first of many with this new kind of setup. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys you know, it's a better audio and visual experience, and you can see the figures a little bit more up close and in more detail. For the Kung Fu outfit, well, it's awesome to hear that you're getting both the Kung Fu outfit and the 6L yellow jumpsuit, so you got a bit of everything there. Thank you so much for your support, TGD. But yeah, so let's take a look at the accessories for the Kung Fu outfit. So as before, we've got, well, we'll move the head back into the slot where it's supposed to be. So we've got the hands, the interchangeable hands here, and so we can come on. Okay, so here we go. We've got the interchangeable hands here. We have the nunchakus, the dual nunchakus, both of the black nunchakus here, and we've got over here is the bow staff. Oh, okay. So yeah. We've got the bow staff, we've got the nunchakus, so you got your standard array of hands, as well as the interchangeable head. And of course, for those, and you'll see later down the line why this is separate, we've also got the removable top. So that's something that can be taken off. It is meant to be taken off, so I wouldn't worry about that. Now, the bow staff is made of plastic, but it would be pretty cool if it were made of wood. So we've kind of gone over all of the accessories for these pieces. We're going to go over the figure itself now. So we're going to demonstrate the articulation for this guy. Once again, this is the same body between the yellow jumpsuit and the Kung Fu outfit, so you can keep that in mind. Of course, with the fabric outfit, it is going to be slightly hindered in terms of articulation. So this one's going to be a little bit more posable than the other one, but we'll just go through all of it so you can kind of see just the base design on the figure itself. So of course, he can look up, he can look side to side. And because the head and neck are both separate pieces from the torso, you have a wonderful head tilt. Of course, you can look down as well. He can bury his head in his chin. And of course, he can move his arm out 90, no problem. You have the bicep swivel. You've got a double jointed elbow that you can see can go all the way. And of course, you've got the swivel hinge swivel at the wrist. So right now we've got it set up kind of in and out. And of course, you can change it to side if you please. And for the arm, it is a butterfly joint, as we've done with a lot of our figures in the past. So you get to adjust that additional movement kind of back and forth for more posability. So for the torso, you can see we've got the upper torso and then the lower torso, and then that's three separate pieces, so upper torso, lower torso, and then the crotch area, so he can crunch forward really far. He can, of course, crunch back. He can do side to side with the rotation, as well as tilt. So you get a lot of expressiveness there. Now for the legs, you can kick up fairly far. You can kick out all the way out to the side, so you can get your splits going if you want to do that. And that's certainly important for a character like Bruce Lee. You've got a thigh swivel, hopefully that can be seen easily. A double jointed knee that gets you all the way. And there is a ball joint at the lower, lower calf area, so it's kind of like the Batman Who Laughs. We'll see if we can show it a little bit. Just where the sock is, that's a ball joint. And then you've got the, this is, I believe, a double ball peg for the ankles, and then you've got the toe joint. So you can rotate the ankles side to side, you can tilt it, and of course you got the up and down movement. So yeah, that's kind of a quick look at the articulation for the Kung Fu outfit slash yellow jumpsuit body. It is, once again, the same body across both of those figures. But this is, we use the Kung Fu outfit one just so that you can kind of see more of the articulation and see all the joints and how they are designed to begin with. So yeah, so that kind of is our first look at these figures. One more thing, we have to show the Kung Fu outfit box, of course. So here you go. For the folks who are curious, this is the Kung Fu outfit box. A little bit different from the yellow jumpsuit, but equally awesome. So for folks who are inbox collectors, that's something that you can, look forward to. And yeah, definitely, I understand where you're coming from, Blue, in terms of basis. It's always kind of an ongoing process for us. We're trying to find a good balance that kind of meets the needs of all collectors. And for this particular instance, it's because we're doing it on multiple platforms at once. We've got some wonderful people behind the camera, so I wouldn't worry about that. You know, in terms of keeping stuff in frame, we're just trying to make sure that it's kind of the same experience for folks across different platforms. Obviously, I believe right now we're using different feeds for the two platforms, but the idea is that in the future we will just do one singular feed. Now that being said, it is something that we've discussed, potentially some widescreen streams in the future. So never say never. It all depends on what fits the needs of the figure the best. And in this particular instance, while these figures being kind of vertical in nature, that's another reason why I think for now we're going to be sticking with the vertical one. Now, for those who are interested in these figures, you can find more product information on our website. We've got them linked in the description, linked in our bio, or you can just look it up, and you'll be make sure you're checking out your region's version of this website so that you can get the most up-to-date information in terms of availability, other related stuff that pertains to where you are, so that you can have the best experience getting this in hand to your collection. So once again, these are the 3 Bruce Lee figures from our INART triple showcase featuring the one and only legendary Bruce Lee. And in just a moment, we're going to go back to the 6-scale one and go over all of the details on the 6-scale one, and then back to 1/12 for folks who are just tuning in. So you don't worry about it. If you just tuned in, you haven't missed anything. We'll come back around and make sure you know everything there is to know about all 3 of these wonderful figures. So once again, all 3 of these figures are currently available for pre-order. For the 6-scale one, you've got around a month of a pre-order window, I believe. So it is the 21st of August to the 21st of September. So make sure, if you're interested in this, make sure you're keeping an eye on your time as well. That's something that, because the way the 6-scale stuff is kind of done, the way things are made, these are more made to order. So this particular fellow, you'll have a bit less of a window to get him. For the 1/12 ones, we do still have an early bird discount. So in that sense, if you do pre-order it, you can get it for a discounted price. It will come back around as an in-stock item, but you won't have that discount anymore. So I would say, if you want to be like me, if you're a little bit of a frugal collector, definitely get your order in early so that you can get them at a lower price and add this martial arts legend to your collection. So once again, if you're interested in these figures, if you want to find out more, check out our official website. We've got them linked. We've got it linked in the description and our bios across various pages. So yeah, that's something you can take a look at. There's some wonderful shots showcasing the articulation, as well as the accessories, and we've also kind of made special mention to showcase all of the features with these figures. So definitely check those out if you're curious or want to find out more. That's the place that you want to be. For the kick radius, Greg, if you're referring to the 6-scale one, I believe we've got some wonderful shots from our photographer. I'll list it on the site because unfortunately I can't demonstrate it here. This is a prototype, an early prototype, so it is a little fragile. I can show it on the 1/12 one later down the line. If you're referring to that instead, let me know if that is something, that is the one you're looking for. And, I'll definitely keep it in mind when showing the articulation in just a bit. And in terms of Wonder Festival, I can't spoil the surprise, but certainly I think there's stuff that we've been teasing for a long time. They'll finally show up there. It has been quite a while, it's been a year since the last Wonder Festival, and it's always a big event for us. It's very important. As we're going all out for it, especially since it's so close to home. We want to do right by collectors. Not just for INART Action, even Queen Studios. I know any Queen Studios folks in the chat. We've got you covered. We know it's been a minute. Wonder Festival is where it's going to be. And at the moment, Forge Master, I don't believe there are any plans for the standard version, the non-battle damage version, to come back around, as far as I'm aware. So that's the current information I have. Certainly things could change in the future, but at the moment, I believe only the battle damaged version is still kind of in production. And yes, Absolute Batman is something that we've heard a lot about. Obviously, there's always a lot of questions about Absolute Batman. He'll probably show up at Wonder Festival. He's probably going to show up on the stream, probably not too far off. Well, I would say kind of in the mid-range future, not like the super close future, but maybe later down the line. Look, on a personal note, I know it's a bummer when you miss out on figures, but on a personal note, I do prefer the battle damaged version. I do like it more. I think it kind of just encapsulates his character throughout the game. So the battle damage version is still a wonderful piece, though I can certainly understand if you have a preference for one or the other. And so for the comic line, right now the stuff that we have, the Dark Knight's Metal, the Dawnbreaker, is still kind of in that bigger scale. We'll gradually bring things down as we go, and get it back to kind of that more recognized scale that I think folks have come to mostly expect from 1/12 stuff. But that does take a little bit of time. Hopefully you get your hands on the standard as well, Forge Master. I'm wishing you the best of luck in that, but unfortunately, right now I can't really help you with it. So going over the 6CL one, going back to the basics of it. So these are all available globally, but you want to make sure that you're checking the listing for your region or your regional page so that you're getting the most up-to-date information for your particular region in terms of shipping and all of those things. So the figure itself stands at 10.9 inches without the base. With the base, he stands at 11.7 inches. For folks that are working in centimeters, that's 27.6 centimeters without the base, 29.6 centimeters with the base. So if you're kind of tight on vertical space, keep that in mind before getting him. You got to make sure you got a good spot for this wonderful piece. He features a platinum silicone, there we go, platinum silicone body with a metal skeleton underneath, highly articulated, made from the ground up. For this one, it is an early sample for the platinum silicone body, so it is a little bit rough around the edges. We totally get that, especially for the seams. It's something that we'll continue to work on as we go to make sure that the final piece is of an even higher quality and matches what you guys come over from INART. So this one is 1/6 scale. Once again, this is the 6 scale Bruce Lee, and yeah, so some folks have given us a little bit of feedback on the pricing. The reason for that is that it rolls all of the costs into one. In the past, we had to charge you guys multiple times for shipping and taxes. So this is kind of a one-off price. You just pay one payment and then you're set. So there's maybe a little bit of a sticker shock when it comes to the first look at the price, and we totally get that. But trust us, it is. It is something that we've worked a lot on in terms of upgrading that kind of purchasing experience, making it so that it is more convenient and intuitive for you guys. We know that it's always kind of a pain in the butt when you have to, you paid once, you got to pay again and then again. It's something that we've been working on, And of course, there is additional room for improvement, and we'll continue to work on that. But that's kind of the main rationale behind it. And yeah, so there shouldn't be an extra one, depending on the option you choose. It should be, yeah, I believe if you do the full payment on one, there is no extra cost. You just pay and then you should be set. And yeah, for people who are interested in this figure, you can find out more details and information on our website at global.inart.studio. And so that's where you can find information pertaining to availability and whatnot, all of that stuff. You can check it out there, and make sure you've chosen the version of the site that pertains to your region so that you can get the most up-to-date information as much as possible. For any revision on the head sculpt, I'm not certain about that, but we'll definitely try and we'll get you as many updates as we can. Those things do take time, and you know, fingers crossed we do are able to share some stuff. But for now, I would say just kind of keep this as your baseline as to what to expect if you're going to place an order for this. But yeah, fingers crossed we get we are able to share some updates. And yeah, we've worked for we worked very hard on the seamless body. We're glad you like it. It's specially made from the ground up. We always try our best to build bodies from the ground up for the characters so that they've got an authentic physique and silhouette. Because there are other companies, they just kind of kit bash parts as they go, and it doesn't quite. We always want to go all out for these figures, and certainly Bruce Lee is no exception. It would be cool to see more real life characters, and I believe Terminator should be a little bit taller, but I mean, once he comes around for pre-order, we'll list the height information on the website as well, so you can check that out there. And for those who are curious about the height for the Kung Fu outfit and the yellow jumpsuit Bruce Lee, so both of these, they are the same kind of body underneath. They stand at 6.1 inches tall, and that's 15.5 in centimeters. And with the base, it's 16.3 centimeters and 6.4 inches. So that's something to keep in mind. But he should be more of that kind of standard 1/12 for those who are curious. And no, because Bruce Lee is a little bit shorter. I believe he's a little bit shorter than 6 foot. So 6 foot would translate into 12 inches. Bruce is a little shorter than that, I believe. So that's why this figure is also a little bit shorter to reflect that. And yeah, thank you so much for your support, JD. Hopefully you get this in hand soon, and hopefully you're happy with the final figure. And yeah, we can definitely, VS, I'm assuming you're talking about the for the 6 scale one, we can definitely show the other head sculpt. So we'll just bring it to the camera for both sides. As you can hopefully see, so here is the interchangeable head sculpt for the 6 scale one. Hopefully you can see it. Both of these feature articulated eyes, so you can definitely get a lot of personality into the poses that you want to strike for him. And of course, he comes with a wide selection of accessories, including the nunchakus, the back of the nunchakus, the bamboo whip, as well as a lot of hands. We can showcase the hands in just a little bit, maybe, and let you guys check out all of the details on the newly sculpted hands, because of course, Bruce has his really iconic gestures, and we have tried our best to kind of translate that into 6 scale form. And yeah, always happy to accommodate your requests. VS or Spectra, I'm not sure which one is right. Maybe it's V Spectra, maybe it's just Spectra. But yeah, hopefully that was that kind of gave you a little kind of a look at both of these head sculpts and the options there. We had some questions about the choice of the hair. I know some people are a little bit disappointed with the lack of a rooted hair. This one, because Bruce's hair does vary a lot, and between its different appearances, we've kind of gone for one where it's kind of gelled down, and we thought that sculpted hair was the best approach for that. Regarding the seams on the seamless body, we are going to continue to improve on that. On the final release, we'll the seam lines, we'll have folks at the factory scrape them off so that it's not going to be as prominent as it is now. So that's something you can keep in mind. Once again, this is an early prototype, so things are not final here, and the final product will be definitely more polished, more durable, and that kind of quality that you've come to expect. Now, once again, these are not based on any media he's appeared in. This is just based on Bruce Lee. So I know some folks have some recommendations regarding certain things, certain battle damage details. There are certain reasons that we can't do some of that. So that's something hopefully you guys understand. We do love getting those details, but sometimes our hands are tied and we're not able to do that. So hopefully you guys can understand where we're coming from on this, and